code clerk at one of the satellite embassies in Vienna. Shortly after Austria had obtained its independence, Miss Vartsov and a friend, Natasha Markova, also a member of the embassy staff, decided to ask the Austrian government for political asylum. The intention of Miss Vartsov's friend was discovered, and very soon thereafter it was announced that she had fallen gravely ill. She was rushed by ambulance to the airport and there quickly dispatched to her homeland. What happened to Magda Vartsov is the subject of tonight's story on Crusader.
My list of places of interest in Vienna are the red embassies. But this is a press conference in which I was personally interested. The subject of the conference was to be Gregory Mitrovich. It had cost him his foreign ministry job and 3 bullets in the chest to escape from behind the Iron Curtain. I had written his story. Now we'd have the communist version. From their spokesman, first attaché Alexander Struma.
Our government
uses the cliches and bromides, even by a word or two, but they never do. When you've listened to as much of that stuff as I have, it acts like a Mickey Finn.
I am determined, Tanya. There is nothing you can say.
My duty is to warn Struma of your intention.
But you will not.
Why did you tell me what you were going to do?
Because I had hoped that you would have the courage to try with me.
Natasha tried. You will not succeed, Magda. This idea of yours is childish, crazy.
Perhaps for that it will succeed. Anyway, it will be soon over one way or another. Come with me, Anya. What have we to lose?
All your life, little Magda, if you fail. And I, even if we succeeded, I would ruin the life of my son. He would be marked. There would be no career for him in the party. No future.
For me, there is no future in our country under the party. They're leaving. Quickly go to the office and do not be seen leaving from my room. You will not come?
Goodbye, Magda.
Surprises in Struma's speech, but I got one as I started down the hall. I didn't know exactly what she wanted, but I figured I didn't have much to lose.
And such, keep walking and talk to me.
Who are you?
Magda Vartsov, I need your help.
Look out!
Oh, please help me.
You'll be all right.
Don't let them take me back.
Don't worry. Let her alone. She's unconscious. The driver went for an ambulance.
That won't be necessary. We're taking her back to the embassy.
She's running away from them.
She needs a doctor.
Is she a member of the staff?
Yes, she is.
She just resigned.
Mynheer, there's nothing we can do.
I told you, Matt.
I know you told me 1,000 times about procedures and technicalities, but a girl is badly hurt. She might be dying for all you know, and you're sitting there.
Calm down, Matt. Take it easy. If she were dying, we should most probably know about it.
She's as good as dead anyway. You know that. They're not going to let her get away with this. Now, if you're not going to do something about it, I will.
It's not a question of not wanting to. You know perfectly well that legally an embassy is a small piece of the country which it represents. Inside the walls, we have no jurisdiction.
I know that.
Besides, we have been forced to adopt a policy of strict neutrality. The border is only 53 kilometers from Vienna.
I know all that, too. Look, if I get her out, will you give her protection?
Yeah, naturally. But you must not get into trouble with my men.
No worry, no worry.
Matt, I always worry. Every time you come to Vienna, you are, as you say, sticking your neck out.
Righteous indignation, my Puritan grandfather used to call it. Oh, I don't suppose you know anything about the girl.
No, not a thing. These people keep to themselves and stay clear of us, I'm very happy to say.
Well, I gotta have some kind of a lead.
That man you wrote about, the one who escaped.
Mitrovich.
Thanks.
Gregory Mitrovich was living in a room over the Cafe Ilya, a temporary hideout till he could get a United States visa. The street cafe was open, but it was an off hour for the restaurant, so I found him taking the air in the little backyard. Mr. Mitrovich?
Oh, Anders.
See you.
Sit down.
Thanks.
I see they were explaining my defection in the embassy today.
They tried.
You were there?
I was. Do you know Magda Vartsov?
I believe I saw her once or twice. Why?
About 25, medium height, brown eyes, attractive.
That's the girl. You have a quick eye.
She tried to escape. They got her back.
She was the replacement for Boris.
Who's Boris?
Formerly in charge of secret codes. Now, I'm afraid, in charge of a pick and a shovel in the uranium mines.
Code clerk. That's a key job.
Especially now that Austria has been neutralized. They will never allow her to get away alive.
Maybe.
You have some plan?
I have some idea.
I don't have to warn you, Anders. They can be very brutal.
So can I.
I mean, considerations of legality have never stopped them.
They don't stop me either. Can you draw me a plan of the first floor in the embassy?
Oh, yes, naturally.
Vartsov.
She is not here.
You're lying.
It is the truth. She was taken to the doctor.
What doctor?
We do not know.
Think hard, comrade.
A clinic in the Leopoldstrasse.
Leopoldstrasse.
No.
police headquarters. Ask for Inspector Turner. Tell him to go to that clinic and take Magdavartsov into custody. Journalist, you remember me when the girl was run over out here?
Oh, yes, yes, of course. What can I do for you?
Call Inspector Turner at headquarters. Tell him to meet me at a clinic on Leopoldstrasse. You got that? Leopoldstrasse?
Yes, my man. Quickly.
Thank
you. Miss Vazov's case must be of great interest to you. You haven't left since her arrival.
The welfare of our countrymen is my only concern.
Tomorrow we should see some improvement. I've given her a sedative to make her feel more comfortable.
May I have the x-rays, please?
The x-rays?
I need them to attach to my report.
I see. Of course, Herr Borovich. And in my office.
Please help me.
No. Just go to sleep, Liebchen.
Oh, I must have paper and pencil, please.
In the morning. You feel better then. And I tell Dr. Pine.
Oh, no. Not the doctor. No one. I must get word to the police. Please. Please. I must get word to the police. Please.
You can tell your ambassador she was very fortunate.
I'll tell him.
If this had been a larger car. Yes? Who's calling? Your embassy for you.
Yes? So. Immediately. She must be taken back to the embassy at once.
I don't understand.
Her accident was the work of terrorists.
Your people are sure of this?
There could be no question.
Have an ambulance come to the front entrance for Miss Vazov.
Where's Magdavartsov's room, please?
Who wishes to see her?
My name's Anders. I'm an old friend.
But Miss Vazov is just leaving.
Well, can I speak to her?
She is not able to speak to anyone.
Who says so? Magda,
please stand aside.
Where are you taking her?
That is no concern of yours.
I understand Miss Vazov is being taken back to the embassy.
For her own safety, take her.
Can't you do anything about this?
I'm sorry.
That girl's going to her death. As a doctor, can't you do anything to stop it?
Under the circumstances, I'm afraid I have no authority, even if it was, you say, a case of her death.
Not even for a few minutes till the police get here?
I'm sorry.
Don't you realize what's going on?
You must understand that this person was placed into my care by the attaché. To try to detain her forcibly against his wishes is quite out of the question. It would be absolutely illegal.
Shot her full of dope.
It was necessary. She was in pain.
Who are you?
Igor Barovin, attaché at the embassy. I protest the interference of this man.
We just have to stand here and let him get away with that?
Unless you can ask for protective custody, I'm afraid we do.
Can't you at least take her to an emergency hospital till she's able to talk?
No, you can't. Get her in the ambulance and hurry.
You're a big help.
Let me point out something to you, Matt. All this depends on your word, and your word alone.
Ask your own man outside the embassy.
Yeah, I questioned him, but he heard no appeal from the girl for asylum, as you indicate. When he saw her, she was unconscious.
You think she's in this jam because she wants to be?
Matt, I don't doubt you. But this is Austria.
Yeah, I know. You and your neutrality.
Yes. And we don't intend to lose our independence again. I simply cannot risk a diplomatic incident and my career on your unsupported word. Come now, be sensible.
I'd known Turner for quite a while. He was a nice guy. He was an old-line cop. And when a cop tells you to be sensible, he usually means don't disturb anything. Don't move. He wasn't going to be much help. Not right then, anyway. Somehow I had to get that girl out of there. It was 4 in the morning before I got back to the embassy. Every light was out. It looked like they were expecting me. I decided not to disappoint them. If I made enough noise in there, I might get the cop on the beat interested. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Hey, tell me something, will you? What would you do if you heard shooting going on in there?
Well, now, that depends. If they were shooting at each other, I would throw my hat in the air and I would cheer.
Well, what if they were shooting up somebody that wasn't a citizen of their country? You heard him holler for help.
My duty would tell me to go in, unfortunately. But rest assured, I would first send for reinforcements.
Don't take too long, will you?
No shooting, no noise. Did a good job, even to the liquor they poured over me. From the smell, you'd think I'd been on an all-night bender. My head felt like I'd been on one for a month.
Understand you, mynheer.
They were too quiet.
You have been drinking, mynheer.
I wish that were all.
The taxi will take you to your hotel.
You take me to police headquarters first, thanks.
We've been looking for you. What did you run into, man?
Trouble? Look, I don't care what you do, I've had it. Somebody's got to stop these jokers. That. I'm held a prisoner. I want asylum. Magda Vatsov. Where'd you get that?
From the cleaning woman at the clinic.
Apparently she didn't trust me. Not that I can blame her.
You finally gonna do something about it?
We have been watching every exit from the city all night, and I just got a report from the airport. A Sergei Markov and his wife have reservations for Sofia leaving at noon.
And give you odds, Mrs. Malkov's got a broken leg.
We have been informed that she will be traveling on a stretcher.
Nice go.
Yeah. Because the FBI on Scotland Yard get all the publicity. Let's get on to the airport.
Want to come with us, Doctor? We might need you.
With pleasure.
Insist that the passenger be placed aboard at once.
I'm sorry, sir, but the plane is not yet ready. It was late arriving from Paris.
Such incompetence.
warn you not to interfere, Anders.
Inspector, I must protest against these gangster methods. This young woman is our responsibility.
Was, Mynheer.
Your responsibility ended with that, comrade.
You are trying to take advantage of this unhappy woman's confusion after her accident.
Fortunately, Inspector, Mr. Struma has a document that will enable you to do your duty and prevent any further interference from this American wild man.
I, Magda Vartsov, state that I desire to return to my native country as soon as possible. Signed, Magda Vartsov.
It looks like our signature.
You will also notice 2 signatures of 2 witnesses and the date.
Would you say she was able to sign that in this condition, know what she's doing?
She is almost completely comatose. She has been heavily dosed with barbiturates.
It's a lie.
Can you get her out of it fast?
I forbid you to touch her.
You have my permission, Doctor.
Inspector, do you want an international incident on your hands? Stop him.
It would be most inadvisable.
You are exceeding your authority, Inspector.
Go ahead, Doctor. Under the circumstances, this woman must be permitted to make her wishes clear. That is the neutral, democratic way.
She's coming out of it.
Magda, can you understand me?
You are detaining us against our will, Inspector.
You are in error, Mynheer. You are free to leave at any time.
Do you want to stay here, Magda?
You see, she does not reply. How long will you countenance this?
Shut up.
You are putting words into her mouth.
Shut up and listen. You have to say it, Magda. Say it as loud as you can.
I wish to stay here in Vienna.
Satisfied?
Passengers are requested to board the aircraft without further delay.
Helen?
What's keeping you?
Cancel the reservation.
It is too late to cancel this.
Late or not late, cancel them.
You will hear more of this, Inspector.
So will you, brother. Turn on your shortwave radio tomorrow night.
And so for me begins a new life. A life of true freedom. Thanks to the courage of my newfound friends who stand here beside me now.
That should do it.
Oh, please, may I say one thing more?
Sure. Go ahead.
If Mr. Struma and Mr. Barovin are listening in, as was suggested to them, we wish to say that we want to extend our deepest sympathies, our condolences. It seems that these fine gentlemen have been called back to explain Magda Wartsov's failure to return to her homeland.
That should really do it.